Welcome to the very first Champions of CrossFit Standards video. We're going to show you how to perform the standards and what standard they should be performed at so that you can go away and train your hardest to become the champion of fitness. So the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate is how to do a perfect push-up. For your press-up, this here is your starting position. Your elbows are locked out and they're straight back, both feet touching the ground. When you go down, you're going to be going right down to the ground, your chest will touch, your hands will be released off the ground, and then you'll make your way back up to your starting position. That there is a good push-up. If the participant doesn't release their hands at the bottom of the press-up, it's a no rep. If the participant doesn't lift his chest and his knees off the ground at the same time, it's a no rep. If the participant doesn't lock his elbows out fully at the top of the rep will not be counted. The next exercise that we're going to show you is how to do a perfect burpee. To perform the perfect burpee, when you're at the bottom of the burpee, your hands must come off the ground. At the top of the burpee, your ears must be in line with your hips and a jump must be executed. A rep will not count if the hands do not come off the ground at the bottom of the burpee. The rep will not count if the ears are not parallel to the hip, and a rep will not count if there is no jump executed at the top of the burpee. The next exercise we're going to show you is how to do a box jump. For the box jump to count, legs must be fully extended at the top of the box, and your ears must be parallel over your hips. Both feet must leave the ground and be on top of the box at the same time. That is the rep. You can step down off the box once the rep is completed. No reps will be counted if your legs are not extended at the top of the box. Your ears aren't fully parallel over your hips, and both feet aren't coming up off the ground at the same time. Our next exercise that we're going to demonstrate is the strict pull-up. For your chin-ups, you must use the overhand grip and your arms and your hands must be at least shoulder width apart. Arms must be locked out at the bottom of the rep. Your chin must pass the bar at the top to be a completed rep. Reps will not be completed if the chin does not reach over the bar. Reps will also not be completed if the arm is not fully extended at the bottom of the rep. You can use a kipping method. Ensure that your elbows are locked out and your chin still reaches over the bar. You can use the butterfly method to do your chin up. However, the arms must be fully locked out at the bottom of the rep, and your chin must pass the bar at the top of the repetition for it to count. That's a good rep. The total bar exercise participant must start the rep on the ground. They will then jump to the bar. Their toes must touch the bar at the top of the rep. Upon touching the bar, they will then release themselves from the bar to complete the rep. The rep will not be counted if the participant does not touch the bar at the top of the rep. The participant must also jump off the bar for the rep to count. For our female participants, you have the option for bringing your knees and touching your elbows and off the bar to complete the rep. movement standards for the deadlift are as follows. Feet must be shoulder width apart, and your hands must be outside the legs, outside your knees. No sumo lifts will be counted in the deadlift. On the pontoon exercise, when you stand up, your legs must be locked out at the top of the exercise. Your hip must be forward in front of your shoulders to complete the rep. The bar must touch the ground before you can complete another rep. The rep will not be counted if your legs are wider than shoulder width apart and your hands are gripped in the middle of your legs. So no rep. The deadlift rep will not count if the participant is not locked out with hips in front of the shoulders at the top of the rep. The rep will also not count if the plate does not hit the ground at the end of the rep. There is no rep. The movement standards for the thruster are as follows. Front rack position. From the front rack position, you will go into a full squat below the knees. At the top of the movement, full extension must be achieved with your bar parallel to your elbows, your hips, and your heels. It's a good rep. The rep will not be counted if you did not squat below the knees. A rep will not be counted if the bar does not reach full extension at the top of the movement. That's a no rep. The movement standards for the hand cleans are as follows. Your hands must be outside your hips. They will start just above the knee and you will clean the bar up to a front rack position. The bar must be parallel to your hips and your heels for the rep to count. The rep will not count if the bar does not reach front rack position. The rep will not count if the bar is not parallel to the hips and the heels. It's a no rep. The movement standards for the ground to overhead are as follows. For the rep to count, participant must start with the weight vertically touching the ground in the sumo squat position. And then at the top of the rep, the plate must be horizontal with arms fully extended. The plate must be parallel to the hips and heels. It's a good rep. Movement standards for the overhead lunge are as follows. For the overhead lunge, the knee must touch the ground at the bottom of the rep. Elbows must be fully extended and lock out at the top of the movement throughout the duration of the overhead lunges. A rep will not be counted if the knee does not touch the ground. A rep will also not be counted if the arms fail to lock out at the top of the rep. It's a no rep. The movement standard for the butterfly sit-ups are as follows. Heels must be together at the start of the movement. Hands must start at the back, behind the head, touching the ground. At the top of the movement, hands must touch your toes. At the bottom of the movement, hands must then go back to the start position, touching the ground above your head. That's a good rep. If the participant does not touch the ground at the back of the rep. Reps will also not be counted if the hands do not touch the toes. Reps will not be counted if the feet come apart during any repetition. That's a no rep. The movement standards for the handstand push-up are as follows. You may use any form to get up and mount the rings. A most common is the muscle up, flipping upside down, and then mounting the ropes. Elbows must be locked out at the top of the exercise. At the bottom of the exercise, your elbows must come and touch the inside of your body. That's a good rep. So there you have it. Those are the standards for the Champions of Fitness inaugural 2014 competition. So train hard, train well, eat well, and by all means, those aren't the end of the exercises. There could be more, so train even harder, and let's do this.